Steven Spielberg, Hollywood's golden boy, the director behind classics like Jurassic Park, E.T., and Saving Private Ryan. But beneath that polished exterior lies something darker, something ruthless. In Spielberg's world, you don't just get fired, you get erased. Completely. Gone without a trace. No shouting, no drama, just one mistake and you're deleted from his universe. He's worked with legends Tom Hanks, DiCaprio, Ford, but not everyone survived his world. Some actors messed up once, and Spielberg made sure they were never heard from again. One wrong move and their careers were obliterated. No press, no closure, just vanished. So who are the 6 actors Spielberg decided were no longer worth his time? And what did they do to get cut so coldly? Stay tuned, because these betrayals will shock you. Some of these stars didn't see it coming, and when Spielberg moves on, you're out. No questions asked. 1. Christian Bale. Christian Bale was just 13 when Spielberg cast him in Empire of the Sun, but he wasn't like any child actor Spielberg had worked with before. This wasn't the playful, curious kid from E.T. or Close Encounters. No, Bale was intense, focused to a level that left everyone around him uneasy. Here's the shocking part. Bale didn't just memorize his lines, he memorized everyone else's. He wasn't just there to act, he was trying to direct the scenes. From day one, he was locked in, questioning Spielberg's choices on blocking and camera angles, offering feedback on other actors' deliveries, and even demanding retakes when he felt a scene wasn't emotional enough. For a teenager, this was unheard of. Spielberg respects discipline, but here's the twist. Too much intensity can disrupt everything. Spielberg runs a tight ship, controlling every moving part of his set. But Bale, with all his raw talent, was trying to steer the ship. And Spielberg didn't want to be second-guessed, not by anyone, especially not a 13-year-old. While Empire of the Sun was a critical success, Spielberg quietly moved on from Bale. No public fallout, no press release, just silence. And for someone like Spielberg, silence speaks louder than any argument. Christian Bale's career soared after that, but Spielberg never called him again. He didn't need to say a word. The door was closed. 2. Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf was Spielberg's golden boy cast in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, handpicked to carry the torch of action heroes. Spielberg saw something in him, the next big thing. LaBeouf had the buzz, the charisma, and the press behind him. The world was ready to see him lead. But then, LaBeouf did something no actor in Spielberg's world had ever dared to do. The film hit theaters, and LaBeouf trashed it. He publicly slammed the movie, criticizing his own performance, and even going as far as to blame Spielberg, claiming the film had become too formulaic. Here's the shocking twist. Spielberg doesn't forget betrayal. In Hollywood, words like these are more than just criticism. They were a betrayal to the man who shaped modern cinema. LaBeouf had kissed up during production, praising the film and the process, but as soon as the cameras stopped rolling, he flipped. And Spielberg? He wasn't having it. After that, the phone calls stopped. No cameos, no invites, nothing. LaBeouf went from Spielberg's next leading man to persona non grata in an instant. And years later, when LaBeouf admitted he had messed up, it was too little, too late. Spielberg had moved on, and so had Hollywood. LaBeouf's relationship with Spielberg was dead, all because of a few careless words. And that, my friends, is the real power of Spielberg's silence. 3. Sean Connery. Imagine this: James Bond playing Indiana Jones's father. Spielberg couldn't resist the idea when he cast Sean Connery in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. It was cinema history, the ultimate dream collaboration. But what happened behind the scene? It was anything but like smooth sailing. From day one, Connery wasn't just playing a role. He was trying to rewrite the script. He didn't just act. He demanded control, rewrites, wardrobe changes, alternate takes. He wasn't there just to perform. According to insiders, Connery pushed for changes right up until the last minute, questioning Spielberg's choices on everything from character development to even how his character should be portrayed. Here's the twist. Spielberg, a director known for his control, wasn't about to hand over the reins. Connery was the star, but Spielberg was the visionary. The tension simmered under the surface. While the final product worked, the relationship between Spielberg and Connery was strained from the start. And here's the kicker. Connery was never called back. Not for cameos, not for any future Indiana Jones films. Spielberg kept it polite, but distant. He praised Connery's talent, but the door was closed. For Spielberg, there are no second chances once trust is broken. It wasn't a public feud. It didn't need to be. The silence said everything. 4. Julia Roberts. On paper, Hook was a perfect match. Spielberg at the helm, Robin Williams as Peter Pan, and Julia Roberts as Tinkerbell. It was 90s Hollywood magic, a star-studded collaboration that promised to be unforgettable. But once filming started, it quickly unraveled. Roberts was dealing with personal chaos. Her engagement to Kiefer Sutherland had just collapsed days before shooting began, and it was clear to everyone on set. She arrived emotionally wrecked and, according to multiple reports, her behavior was anything but professional. She was frequently late, isolated herself in her trailer, and clashed with co-stars. But the worst? She ignored Spielberg's direction, showing zero respect for the process. Here's the shocking part. Spielberg, who's known for running tight, collaborative sets, had no patience for diva behavior. At first, he tried to accommodate her, giving her space, but the delays piled up, and the energy on set turned cold. Production slowed, the atmosphere tense. Spielberg didn't call her out publicly, he didn't need to. He simply admitted in interviews that if he had to do it over again, he wouldn't cast her. And just like that, the door slammed shut. No second chances, no more collaborations, not even a cameo. Over the years, Roberts stayed quiet about the experience, but insiders say the rift was never healed. Spielberg moved on, and Julia Roberts, despite her Hollywood superstardom, never stepped foot on a Spielberg set again. 5. Richard Dreyfuss. Richard Dreyfuss was Spielberg's muse in the 70s, his go-to actor for some of the most iconic films of that decade, like Jaws and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. The chemistry between them was electric, a collaboration that helped define modern Hollywood. But what happens when a director's most trusted actor starts to cross the line? Dreyfuss, known for his wild talent, also had a reputation for being difficult. On the set of Jaws, he constantly second-guessed Spielberg's direction and clashed with co-star Robert Shaw. During Close Encounters, Dreyfuss pushed for more control over his character and even demanded rewrites on scenes Spielberg had already locked. Here's where the tension hits a breaking point. Spielberg, who thrives on control and vision, didn't appreciate being second-guessed, especially by an actor he'd trusted so much. Dreyfuss's behavior, while not explosive, created a slow burn of frustration. By 1989, after their last film together, Dreyfuss was out. No drama, no headlines, just complete silence. Spielberg, now a powerhouse in Hollywood, had no time for friction, and Dreyfuss was suddenly persona non grata. Despite being at the center of Spielberg's most iconic films, Dreyfuss was never called again. No cameos, no voiceovers, nothing. In interviews, Dreyfuss has kept things polite, even warm, but you can feel the coldness in the distance. Spielberg never mentioned him, not once. Some endings in Hollywood are quiet, and this one was as silent as it gets. 6. Megan Fox. Megan Fox was Hollywood's brightest star after Transformers. She wasn't just in the film, she was the face of the franchise. But then, out of nowhere, her career came crashing down. And it wasn't because of a box office flop. It all started with 9 words in an interview. Fox, venting about working with director Michael Bay, called him like Hitler on set. It sounded like the typical overblown rant of an actor, but the real story was much darker. What Fox didn't realize? Spielberg wasn't just a fan of Transformers, he was executive producing it. And when Spielberg hears those words, it's game over. Bay revealed that Spielberg called him personally, telling him to fire Fox. Not recast, not pause fire. And just like that, Fox was erased. Her character was completely removed from Transformers. Dark of the Moon, never mentioned again. It wasn't about a public drama. Spielberg didn't need to say a word. Fox was just quietly removed from the franchise and from Hollywood's A-list. Fox tried to backpedal, claiming the media twisted her words. But by then, the damage was done. Spielberg had already made his move. No press conferences, no headlines, just disappeared. For Spielberg, it was all about protecting his sets. And when someone crosses that line, they're gone. The lesson here? In Spielberg's world, there's no room for mistakes. And once you cross the line, you're not just fired, you're erased. Steven Spielberg's world is one of precision, loyalty, and absolute control. These 6 actors learned that the hard way. A single misstep, a single betrayal, and they were quietly erased from his orbit. No second chances, no public feuds, just silence. That's the real power of Spielberg's influence in Hollywood. So, which actor's downfall shocked you the most? Which of these betrayals hit hardest? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe to follow the secrets of the biggest icons in history.